The Best Years of Our Lives, 1946, is a powerful and poignant film that explores the lives of three American servicemen returning home after World War II. Directed by William Wyler, the film delves into the challenges and adjustments these men face as they attempt to reintegrate into civilian life, highlighting the emotional and psychological scars left by the war. The story begins with the return of three veterans to their hometown of Boone City. Each man comes from a different background and served in different branches of the military. Fred Derry, played by Dana Andrews, was a bombardier in the Air Force. Al Stevenson, portrayed by Fredric March, served as an infantry sergeant, and Homer Parrish, played by Harold Russell, was a sailor who lost both his hands in combat and now wears prosthetic hooks. As they return home, they are confronted with the reality that life has moved on without them, and they must find their place in a world that seems both familiar and alien. Fred, who had been a decorated officer, struggles to find meaningful work and to reconnect with his wife, Marie, who is more interested in a glamorous life than supporting her husband's difficult transition. Fred's sense of disillusionment grows as he realizes that the skills he gained in the military do not easily translate to civilian employment, leaving him stuck in a low-paying job as a soda jerk. Al Stevenson returns to his job as a bank executive, but he finds it difficult to reconcile his experiences in the war with the conservative and profit-driven ethos of the banking world. His time in combat has changed his perspective, making him more empathetic toward those who are struggling financially. Al's drinking becomes a coping mechanism as he grapples with his feelings of alienation and frustration, even as he tries to reconnect with his wife, Millie, and their two children. Homer Parrish faces perhaps the most visible challenges due to his disability. His fiancée, Wilma, remains devoted to him, but Homer fears that she pities him and that their relationship will never be the same. He struggles with the idea of being dependent on others and the perception that he is now less of a man. Homer's journey is one of learning to accept himself and allowing others to accept and love him as well. The film follows these men as they navigate their personal struggles and the changing dynamics in their relationships. Al's marriage becomes strained as he becomes more distant, while Fred's marriage deteriorates under the weight of unmet expectations and unresolved trauma. Homer, who initially pushes Wilma away, eventually realizes that her love is unwavering and that they can build a future together despite his injuries. One of the most powerful scenes in the film occurs when Homer demonstrates to Wilma how he must undress himself using his prosthetic hooks. It's a moment of vulnerability that brings them closer, as Wilma assures him that she loves him and is not afraid of the challenges they will face together. The film's climax brings some resolution to the characters' struggles. Fred, after hitting rock bottom, decides to leave his dead-end job and his unfulfilling marriage. He attends the wedding of Homer and Wilma, where he reconnects with Peggy, Al's daughter, whom he had developed feelings for earlier in the film. Fred's future is uncertain, but he finds hope in the possibility of a new relationship with Peggy and a fresh start in life. Al, in a stirring speech at Homer's wedding, expresses his admiration for the resilience and courage of his fellow veterans, acknowledging the difficulties they all face but also celebrating the bonds that have formed between them. The Best Years of Our Lives ends on a hopeful note, with the characters beginning to find their way forward, despite the lingering effects of the war. The film's portrayal of post-war America is both realistic and compassionate, capturing the complex emotions of returning veterans and the people who love them. It remains a timeless exploration of the human cost of war and the enduring strength of the human spirit. There are thousands more great videos like this on the channel. Please take a look, share and subscribe, or visit the Bonswivit shop on eBay, which has over 250,000 rare and collectible items listed.